Hey YouTube, it is me, Dylan here. And I decided to make a video of all my VoIP equipment. So, gonna start off with, let's see. Start off with this Yealink phone. I have no problems with this phone. However, it does take a long time to dial. I don't know why. I've seen other videos of this phone and it dials like that. But mine takes a while. I don't know if it's a setting I should set or if it's my model. And another caveat that this has is that the Wi-Fi, no, not the Wi-Fi. The web interface doesn't work. Either because I set it to TFTP instead of HTTP. Well, I didn't set it to TFTP. I set it to whatever. Either because I didn't set it to HTTP, or that it's this version that I'm running that doesn't support it. Either way, if anybody knows, comment down below. So that's my Yealink T21P E2. Now we're gonna move on to, oh god, the Cisco 7941. This just died on me. Well, it's not technically dead, but it's bricked. It was working fine before, and one day I just powered it up via my PoE switch, and it would like freeze and it wouldn't register. So I might be throwing this in the bin and getting a 88, 51, or 61, which I heard are pretty much better than these, and they really have no problems registering because they're newer. And there's two versions of those. They're oh, I'm not done with this yet. They're 3PCC and Enterprise. Enterprise is basically Cisco's proprietary driver for the phones. While 3PCC is basically SIP. Just plain old SIP. You could go into the interface, the web interface, register it like it's a SIP device and not a lockdown Cisco device. Another thing that this Cisco phone has is that the switch hook sensitivity, it's terrible now. I don't know why, but one day I was just, calling with it and whatnot, and you see how the switch hook is closed? If I were to open up the switch hook, it would not give me dial tone because it doesn't know that it's off instead of on. Or yeah. So the switch hook is kind of broken. And this phone is slow sometimes. It's slower than my 7911 here, which we're gonna do really soon. So, yeah, this phone, I might recycle it, so, yeah, ripperoni. Next, we're gonna be talking about The Cisco 7911, no problems with it. One thing I have a problem with is that you could, when there's an incoming call, you can answer it via speaker, but if you want to initiate a call without an incoming call coming in, you would have to, there's no button to make a new call. It's blocked off. So I don't know if that's the XML configuration that that I have to mess with, or it's just not an option on this phone. The only time I've heard that there's no speakerphone at all on this is the 7906 model. Yeah, the 7906 model has no speakerphone at all, so I guess it's just my luck or something. But yeah, this phone works great. It's faster than my 7941 for some reason. And when I first got it, I did have trouble with the dial tone. I would just dial a few numbers and it would give me call failure, but I fixed it. Yeah, I fixed it by downloading something off a now deleted YouTube video, so this works now. It's dial plan XML that worked. So yeah. Oh, and these two came with SCCP. The seller said that it was SIP, but they lied. Because when I went into the firmware settings, it said SCCP, and I was like pissed the hell off because firmware for these is hard to find. You either have to have a contract or you have to go onto some Yarhar website, if you know what I mean. And that took a while, but I managed to flash these unzip firmware and get a configuration file going. Now we're going to move on to the last phone device. The last endpoint that's a phone. This Polycom SoundPoint IP. What is it? 330. SoundPoint IP 330. This phone, I thought this phone was trash when I first got it, but once I flashed new firmware on it, it works amazingly. Even though there is a bit of a delay with this and the paging system, other than the other phones that I showed. But yeah. I had problems with registering this at first because the firmware didn't have URL calling enabled. I didn't know how to I didn't know how to enable it without tutorials telling me to go to freaking Polycom customer service, and that sucked. And one day I just decided to get new firmware. Now they don't host the firmware for these anymore. I had to get it off the Internet Archive, the Wayback Machine. Newest firmware for this is from 2017, and and the original firmware that came with this, as well as the URL calling being disabled, this also had no web interface. I thought it was broken, but I had to switch the firmware. So I upgraded the firmware via TFTP, and everything seems to work great now. There's a web interface now, and URL calling actually works, and you don't have to go through Polycom support to unlock it, which is stupid, but that's business phones for you. Next, we have this Raspberry Pi B3 Plus. It's in a translucent case. You know those old school translucent cases that came with GameCubes and Video Now Color FXs from like the 2000s. And PlayStation 2s used to be in translucent colors as an option back in the day. This has a translucent case. It's just I grabbed it and went. I didn't really think much of it, but it looks nice. Looks cool. It also came with some heat sinks, which is pretty good. And here is the, here is the micro SD card. It runs free PBX, RAS PBX. It works fine on the SIP side, but the PJ SIP side has one-way calling issues. I don't know why. I checked the NAT settings and it's just fine. It's probably just corrupted firmware. Not corrupted. Probably just defective firmware. Because another time where I had to reflash it, none of the SIP channels worked. Nothing would register at all. No soft phones, nothing. Even these Yelling phones, which don't have problems other than Cisco phones, didn't register. I had to reinstall it and everything just worked randomly. So I might replace this with a small form factor PC with Debian and Proxmox or something. But other than that, I do really want to get rid of this thing. Maybe I'll use it for another project, like a TFTP server or something for the free PBX server. Or for the phones. Then my next device, this also has one-way issues. I checked every forum. I checked the NAT settings. I forwarded 5060 and 5004, and nothing worked. So yeah, this thing is crap. And also, when I mean one way, I mean where you could hear the other person speaking over the handset, but you can't speak to them. Like there's no audio coming from the microphone of the telephone. So this ATA doesn't work for me. It has FXS and FXO, which the FXO is for my UTI-1. I still have it, but I don't use it because I have the next thing I'm going to show, the last thing. But yeah, I don't know if it's this model that's not working or my free PBX that's not working. I also tried Upgrading to new firmware still is the same thing, so if anybody knows, let me tell me in the comments. And the next and last thing is this Algo 8301. I got a really good deal on this. It was like less than $200. These go for about $400 now, $400 or $500. I got this for like $130, I think. $130 off of eBay. Great unit for paging, for IP paging. It also has a bell scheduler. I have a few custom tones on these. They're basically from Rowland Telecenter units, and I think I have a few Multicom 2000 tones as well on here that I've shown in the other video, the fire drill video. But yeah, this works wonders. It's PoE powered only, so if you need an injector for this, it takes, I think it's regular 302.AF or 302.AT that works with this. And it does have ground noise for some reason. It's probably my setup, so I'm not going to complain about that too much. And it comes with the two Phoenix connectors for the line input and output and the relay. I don't know if the relay works with the bells, because that'd be cool to hook up an old school autocaller simplex 120 volt bell, school bell to this. That'd be freaking awesome. But I don't know. I'll have to look that up. But anyways, that's all my VoIP equipment that I want to show. Shout out to Google user 3212 for inspiring me to do this. And I'll see everyone next time. So, peace out.